G'day, Payney here from Extreme Board Riders on Jetty Road to Glenelg. Got a new board review for you froth dogs and dogettes out there. This is the Bull Run from JS. So JS being an Australian company based up in the Goldie. This is a bit of a step down fun board. So it's sort of got that fun board profile to it, but it's not a long version of it. You're generally going to be riding this sort of around that, depends on what you need, but that's a 5'10" to 6'4" sort of range is what we'd imagine. So being a fun board, it does have a little bit of a flatter, we'll call it a medium rocker line. It's not a super groveler, this board, but it's got a quite flat entry rocker, generous sort of very low rocker to flat underneath your front foot, underneath your chest when you're paddling, and just a little bit of flip in the tail there. So this is going to equate to nice glide for paddling, nice glide through flatter, fatter sections of waves. If it's not bowly, this is a really good board to sort of get onto. Wide point is slightly forward, and generally as our wide point comes forward, we do have a flatter entry rocker on the board, so those two things combined together gives us good paddle power, gets you down the face of the wave when you're taking off, and also you can get on the front foot and get this board generating speed down the line through the flatter sections of the wave. Then you can get some weight back further on the board when you get to those nice bowly sections. So that's an easy board to paddle, really quite forgiving to ride. Generally we have a bit of a flat section in the middle of the board. It gives it a big sweet spot, so foot placement isn't too tricky on these boards. You'll get the board turning nicely, depending on how you want to set up the fins on there, but it's going to be a very forgiving board to ride, but a bunch of fun. It has got a little bit more concave than some of the more high performance boards. So the more concave, generally a single through here, double through the tail there, that's going to give the board more lift again in weaker conditions. And as we want to generate speed in those conditions, that's where the concave is going to give you lift with that scoop section in the bottom profile of the board there. Slightly flattish deck, medium sort of rail on there, nothing too thick and chunky. After all, it is not a real uber super groveler, it's just a bit of an all-rounder bias towards a little bit weaker waves. Nothing too flipped up in the nose there. So this is quite a nice all-round board. Multiple fin setups in there. This board goes good as a thruster or a quad, I would imagine. And these are Australian made in PU, so polyurethane blank, polyester resin, timber stringer, and got that hybrid fibre reinforcing on the tail there around the fin boxes. So good quality construction. Most of the boards are going to be 434 ounce construction on these. If you want to build a little bit heavier, give yourself 6 weeks to order one in. You can get a 464 ounce construction on this board. So the Bull Run meant for sort of medium to flattish waves, easy paddler, still a bit of fun to surf. You would get boards that would sort of grovel a lot better than this, and you'll get high performance boards and step ups, but this is a very good all-rounder, probably biased towards a little bit weaker waves. Ride what you traditionally would in your volume. We can help you work out those calculations there. Remembering volume isn't everything, but where do you want the volume? If you want the stretch version of the board, you want to squash versions of these boards, work out what's going to be best for you. We can certainly help you there. That's it. That's the Bull Run from JS. Great board. Got a few in stock at the moment. Come and check it out. Extreme Board Riders. You.